Flint West reporting from the monetary borderlands. Framework of Delusion, the Genius Act, quantum dollars, and the stablecoin split. You ever stare at something so clean, so official looking, that you miss the insanity baked into its core? Well, buckle up, folks, because Washington just passed a bill called the Genius Act, and like most things out of DC, the name is a decoy. They call it a framework for stablecoins. I call it a legal wrapper for digital schizophrenia. The Genius Act is supposed to bring clarity to US dollar-pegged stablecoins. And it does. If by clarity you mean formalizing a monetary split personality disorder. Here's the setup. Every stablecoin dollar has to be backed one-to-one with cash or short-term treasuries. Sounds safe, right? Except that dollar is now existing in two places at once. On the Federal Reserve's balance sheet as a real dollar, and on the blockchain as a ghost twin, a programmable token. A financial quantum entanglement. It's not metaphor, it's mechanism. And here's the kicker. Both of those twins are earning yield. The real dollar is tucked inside a T-bill, generating government interest, captured by the stablecoin issuer. The digital twin is dropped into a DeFi protocol, spun through liquidity pools, collateralized in lending markets, and earning even more yield. So the same dollar is working double shifts in two different universes, compounding profits for everyone except you, the actual user. Unless you break the rules. Because under the Genius Act, it's illegal for stablecoin issuers to share the yield with you. That would make it a deposit product, a bank account, and they don't want that liability. So you fund the machine, but you don't touch the cream. They say this act will unlock innovation and provide regulatory clarity. Let me translate. It gives banks and licensed fintechs the green light to print dollar twins, stash your real cash in T-bills, collect interest from the US government, and leave you holding the abstraction. You get a dollar-shaped access pass. They get the yield. And here's where it gets even weirder. If that stablecoin issuer goes belly up, Genius gives priority in bankruptcy to stablecoin holders. Not equity holders, not other creditors, the people holding the clone tokens. In theory, that's a win. In practice, it means we've now created an elite class of digital dollar holders, claiming real collateral before anyone else can touch it. We've digitized seniority. Now let's talk licensing. Coinbase has a money transmitter license, like a cashier with fancy software, that lets them move your dollars around, convert them to Bitcoin, take a cut. But they're not a bank. They can't lend against deposits. They don't touch the Fed window. They live in a liminal space. Financially powerful, but legally fragile. The Genius Act tells these players, you can issue stablecoins, but only if you toe the line. If you're unregulated, stay out. If you're TwitterX.com trying to build a payment network, get licensed or get lost. This is a turf war masquerading as consumer protection. Now, the media says this could suppress short-term yields because all these stablecoins will hoard T-bills to back their tokens. Okay. That might shave a few basis points off the front end. But the real problem isn't the 3-month treasury. It's the 10-year and 30-year long bond, the ones pricing mortgages, infrastructure, and national debt sustainability. And nothing about Genius solves that. We're playing yield games on the shallow end while the deep water rises. Senator Warren's worried about foreign stablecoins sneaking in, like digital squatters slipping past customs, setting up shop in US wallets without paying regulatory rent. Why? Tether's been here for years. No yield. No FDIC. Just offshore liquidity sloshing through US markets like a digital gray goose. The truth? The stablecoin wars aren't about yield. They're about control. Control over which version of the dollar survives. Control over who gets to issue it. Control over which balance sheet it belongs to. Yours, theirs, or the Fed's. So here's the final truth bomb. Stablecoins aren't dollars. They're mirrors of dollars, tokens backed by promises, wrapped in law, performing the act of money. And Genius? It doesn't solve the illusion. It just makes it legal. This is Flint West, reporting from the edge of the financial multiverse, where every dollar has a twin and every framework hides a phantom. Stay sharp, because in the new monetary order, even the money isn't real anymore.